Hi! Well, it's June 4th and I finished my giveaway journal for my subscribers. So here, I want to share it. I'd like you to be a subscriber and to comment on this video. I'd like you just to tell me, I don't know, whatever you want to tell me. Tell me something about what you'd like to do for art, like watercolor or journaling or creating journals or sewing, what have you, doesn't matter. And then I decided I would leave it for 2 weeks. So I'm thinking, let's do it on Friday, June 19th. I will pick a winner and it will be from the comments on this video. Okay, so here we go. Now this is a soft cover journal. As you can see, I think I showed the cover before, but now it's all completed. It's all sewed with lace, tatting, lace, old fabrics. Everything is super vintage, super old, really nice. This sari silk here, so I'm gonna open it so you can see what I've done. This, I believe, is a Lisa Leonard piece of jewelry that, I don't know, was part of something I got, and I never wear it, so it's just on here. I don't think it's sterling. It might be pewter because it stays looking like this. So I'm thinking it's pewter, but it's gorgeous anyway, whatever it is. So this is the closure, and it goes, you know, as you can see. And then I made this little bouquet out of little flower stick pins, and then I just hand sew it on here. And really old, this is a vintage old embroidered ribbon. Then on the front, we have all this beautifulness. I decided to cover the spine with my slow stitching that I've been doing, which is also old and vintage. I guess I must have got this piece of material from Rachel because I noticed on the thing she was sewing, on her slow sewing, she has the exact piece of fabric here, this little flower. So I'm thinking I must have got a bundle of stuff from her and that was in there. So thanks, Rachel. But it's on here, and look at it. It's just beautiful. It's all really old and antique, vintage and antique laces. And it's all sewed in all kinds of stitching pattern to make it nice and sturdy. This is tatting. I love tatting. Okay, here we go. Now we've admired that. Okay. Inside here, this is also a pocket, but I didn't put anything in here. It's also hand done. It's beautiful, as you can see. And inside here, let's make sure I'm in frame like this. I have a new iPhone, so I'm trying to learn how to use it properly. Okay, so this is also an old piece of handmade doily or something. It's real. I've been saving it forever, trying to figure out how to use it, kind of hoarding it, but I put it in this project. Throughout the project, there's lots of baubles and sparkles and beads. And most of my things, if not everything, I don't think anything is really plastic. Everything's glass or old vintage glass because I bought it for my jewelry making, or handmade. So like, for instance, this is a real freshwater pearl that's on here. And this, it looks like it's a hand-fired bead. So that's on here. And then a lot of this other glass is 40s or 50s check beads. So that's that. Let's see. Inside this fabric here is from the 40s, I believe, too. Was never used. It was a skein of fabric I got on Etsy. Here's a journaling card that I made. I did one of Rachel's 100-day projects where you use, you make a big long thing, paper, big long couple pieces of paper, and then you collage all on top of it with images. I think I got these images from her or her sister, Roxy Creations, or Roxy Creations by Sarah on Etsy, and then you just collage them and make a pretty thing. I'm experimenting with not doing much inking, and I kind of like that. So I haven't been doing a whole lot of inking. There is inking, but not a lot. It's a pocket, one of Rachel's Gigi's piece of old lace, or no, doily. A tag here that I made from the same project. I got on eBay some amazing cigarette cards, and these were all butterflies. Aren't they beautiful? So I thought this would be pretty in here. Okay. This here is the heart, Padded Heart Company, I think, on Etsy. And she makes these quilted padded hearts. So I like to use, you know, other artists' things. So yeah, I could do that, but I liked buying from her, so that's why I did. This is a German, I think it's either a tea card or a cigarette card, and it's a clover, but of course I can't read the back, so. Another tag here with the pearl bead on the end. I think I said to Johnny on one of her things that I curl these so that the bead won't come off. Makes it, you know, less apt to. If I'm late, if I don't make a big enough this, then it could come off, but this one won't, I can tell. Nothing worse than losing your little charm on the end. Okay. This is vintage Japanese, I think, or some Chinese. I'm not an expert, but it's from a journal, and so I like the characters. This is a piece of handmade paper I also purchased on Etsy. It's a really pretty book. I love the colors of it. It's all natural, like how it's aged, and I just love how it feels and looks. It's not glossy. I'm not against glossy, I'm just not a fan of it. So lots of flowers. You need to go out like that. Some old music from the Carnegie Museum that's shut here in Hanford. This is on mulberry paper, and it's, you can't really write on here. You could, you know, staple something on there or put a piece of something on there to write on it and put it in there. This is just safety pinned on here so it can move around and with a little bit of bling. But I went ahead and I stitched on a really old and beautifully thin handkerchief, and I really liked how this all looked. It looks machine embroidered, but it's just as beautiful. I like the scalloped edges too. I tried to have things hanging over as much as possible because I personally like that look. This is a piece of Rosemary Morris's boiled book paper, so you can find it on her site. She's called the Rusty Peacock on Etsy, and I loved how it looks, so I just sort of stitched around the leaf. Like I said before, I have a lot of these, so I haven't even put them all together, all the ones I have. I think I have hundreds. And so I just put this on here for a journaling card. Well, this is that one book that has a little, the way the pages are is it could just be a journaling card if you wanted to just cut it. So I just put one of the page spreads in here. I cut off the edges, and I didn't like that you could see the edge there, so I just sewed a piece of vintage doily on there. This is the paper from Rachel at Roxy Creations. Probably when I bought the paper pack, she might have sent me that other one. I don't know where I got it, but it feels so great. I guess it's handmade paper. It's from the late 1700s. It's just great. Of course, it's in Italian, I believe. So I put a little bit of this really soft fabric here to just sort of reinforce the paper. I bought a really cool little journal from Etsy, and in there she had these really great ephemera pieces. And so she sewed it, but I just went ahead and copied it and sewed around it because I thought it'd be a beautiful little tuck spot here. So, and then here is a butterfly card. And this is just interest, just something interesting to look at. This is just this is a rusty paper safety pin with a gypsy bell. Doesn't make a lot of noise, but I really think every journal should have gypsy bells. It's my like motto. I forget where I got this on Etsy. It's on linen paper, but I forget what the DigiKit's called, but I really like it. Subtle and pretty. Another piece of rosemary paper. I couldn't help myself. I put this on there because I just love the colors together. They're kind of odd, but I love them. And then I put another one of the Cottage Garden tags with a little amber glass leaf. I made this, I think I posted it somewhere that I made it from Rachel's 100-day project. It was one of her days. So this is all old vintage fabrics, and then we covered the back with handmade paper so it could be written on. Then I added my own, she had a different tag, but I added my own little tags that I made from another tutorial I watched, which these tags are I don't know who they're from. They're either from Rachel or from Tracy Fox, probably Tracy Fox. And then I put it on cut up a soda can and then put it on there because I saw that from someone else, and it makes it look like a little metal tag. Super cute. So that's on here like this. This is all, like I said, all vintagey, old vintage and wonderful things. Let's lay you flat. Just a tag I made. This is just here as a kind of a tab up there. I could put something under here, I suppose. There's a piece of paper. But I mean, I didn't really make it for that, so I didn't really do that. So I didn't. I do another one that I did make it for that reason. Okay, on this side, this is some really old fabric too. Oh, I just love it. I've been wanting to use it. I've been hoarding it. Here's another one of those tabs, journaling cards I made. And then I made this. I made this one from, sorry, I get scooted up. I made this from, I think it was called Texture This. It was a hop, where you'd watch one and hop to the next and the next. So I did this from one of those. This is one of the ones I did. And it turned out really cute, I thought. So it's in here to stick out there like that. This is some of the cards I got from Johnny, super old, 1913 is the age of this. And they were cards that were in it's some kind of accounting box. And so I put them together and made a little pouch out in the middle. And so, you have the writing here. You can still write a little bit. And then on this side, there's not any writing, so you could write a lot if you wanted to. And in here's just a piece of dyed paper. And then this is some of, isn't it beautiful? Some of Rosemary Morris's Boyle book papers that I bought. And it had these really cool tabby things on the end that were there, but it wouldn't fit in the envelope. So I wanted to use it that way, so I had to cut them off. So anyway, let's put it this way. It might look prettier like this, I think. Just what you want to see me do is struggle with this. There we go. This is a gemstone, but I can't remember because I bought it, I don't know if it was Keisha. I bought it from a live sale, a bunch of beads from somebody who was destashing. I'm sorry that I don't remember who it was. I'm just like that. I said before I have MS, so sometimes my brain gets really cloudy. The second time I did the video from this morning, it wasn't making sense earlier. So, but it might be, it looks like it could be some kind of ametrine or something like that, but it's a real stone. A little flip here that's antique doily, another one of those. And here I put one of the doilies also. Well, first, I forgot, I passed that up. I have a lot of stitching on the sides. And here I put another one of the doilies. No, it's going the other way, right? I haven't showed it yet. So I was gonna cover this with something, and then I thought it doesn't look that bad. So I thought if whoever gets it wants to do something, they can. super easy. This is a piece of the hand-drawn vellum that I bought from the Netherlands. I just thought it was pretty. Here's the tab I made here. So I did some slow stitching on paper, which was another one of Rachel's videos. I've been watching a lot of her stuff lately. And so then I just stuck this tab up under here, so it just kind of sits there. This is a envelope. This was also in this too, this paper, also in Rosemary Morris's pack. So I recently bought a pack. I loved everything. I thought it'd be so pretty in here. This is a bag, and inside the bag is another one of these journaling cards with an owl clip, dyed paper. This is some more of the mulberry paper, and it feels really interesting, and it has these beautiful petals that are embedded in the paper. This might be a turquoise bead, I think. More of the mulberry paper. As you can see, I have quite a bit of mulberry paper in my stash. Another rosemary dyed piece of, this was a piece of wallpaper, I believe. Parchment. This is rice paper. This is probably, I might have one more smaller piece, but this is one of the last pieces I have of, I had won a bundle of hand marble paper by Nick the Booksmith. This is one of the last pieces I have, and it's in here, and it's the genuine thing. It's not a photocopy of it, so it's pretty. You can write on this side, and then I just left it like this. Do whatever you want with it. Here's some Western Union telegram. I had one from, I think it was, which one of your sale was it? I don't think it, was it Rosemary? It wasn't, it was somebody. Oh, I'm so sorry that I can't remember. Like I said, it goes out of my brain, but I won a bunch of these, so this is in here. It's pretty fragile, so I put our grungy tape on here so that it stabilizes it a little better. Some more of the rice paper. Parchment. Same, it's just the other side of those papers. Same thing in here is just the same kind of thing. I put a card in there. This is just a card of one of that project I worked on, and has a really big button, really old button. They're all old. Everything I have in here is, I try to have all vintagey old stuff. So that's like, this is another one of her papers, so beautiful. And this is the back side of that, the back side of this. Well, first of all, let's put this back up here like this. This has a little bit of a sparkly on it. Sparkly, and this is also a stone, but I can't remember what, or an old bead, one or the two. I'm sorry, I don't know. So what happens, it gets into my room. I think most of us understand that. Gets into our room, and it's just a bunch of, gets into files and bins. And this is that paper here, and I made a double tuck here with one of the cute little calling cards. I think I did cover it with, so you could write on it, and then I just put a little one of those ametrine beads with a spiral curly. Be right here. More just blank paper. And here's my Junk Journal Shop embossed thing. And I signed it the date. Okay, and then on this side, some more of these beads like this, and little tag here, but this cute old doily. And I made out of some fabric a belly band here, and it's just all, stitched with, there's flowers and leaves and just kind of a little bit of crazy stitching. Just to give it a little bit of, texture sewed down here. And then I just put this on here as a, kind of stabilizes it, but it also, it makes the back a little bit stronger, but it also is a place to journal. So there we have it. I wish you all luck. I hope whoever wins it just enjoys it. And I'll see you back real soon. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. I appreciate everyone. I take no one for granted. I didn't really expect to have subscribers, so this has turned out super fun for me. So thank you, thank you, thank you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.